All right, welcome back. Last session we ended the Oldwood semi-arc. Turned into quite an arc. That's a little bit my fault for planning it. I usually plan things for 3.5 hours long sessions, so. But anyway, I'll be better about that. Regardless, who would like to recap that arc and last session? I know it was a very intense one. And then we'll pick up in the aftermath. So who would like to be a brave soul today?
No one takes it. I think I have it pretty decent.
You.
My notes are not particularly extensive on this arc. I like to live in the moment. Writing things down distracts me.
Fair enough.
Okay, so you take a swig. Okay. So my notes begin in combat, so that must have been the case.
Yep.
We started in the cathedral already. So I actually wrote down some notes about the combat, which is unlike me, but
let's hear them.
So, Tharathar retreats from an advanced position, healing himself near the altar, which causes the bands on the victim to recoil as they're repelled by Thera's holy magic. Channing continues his incantations, and the party have one last chance to interrupt the ritual. Tendrils attack Thera, falls unconscious, and is captured by chains at the altar. Felix is able to heroically rip Thera from the altar, dragging him to relative safety. The statue moves to assault the altar, to the surprise of the party, revealing its shield to a sigil of a platinum dragon, symbol of Bahamut. Jar also damages the altar, and the walls recede slightly, the walls that have tentacles on them. Thardax the Great, Channing's actual name, begins a monologue as he expects the completion of his ritual. Tharathari rolls a 20 on his death save and sees visions and hears the voice of Sayanine, who wills him to continue. With his last ounce of energy, Thera assaults the altar with radiant magic, and it finally begins to crumble, melting away as captured souls pour from its remains. Thardax falls into the debris, cursing. The statue crunches down on the altar, completely destroying it and rendering Thardax quiet. Jar uses Mage Hand to retrieve the objective scroll from Thardax's body. Iris administers the final blow to the portal, closing it completely as tendrils on the wall dissipate. The statue speaks in the voice of Bahamut, thanking the party and giving them a golden key. Sweeping the cathedral, the party retrieves Thardax's dragonhide breastplate, an 800-year-old tome inscribed with Bahamut's crest, the Tome of Bahamut, a small golden locket in the shape of a shield radiating magic energy, 33 gold, opening a door with their golden key, a longsword inscribed with ancient runes, a lute with warm colors and gold inlays, a flying carpet, 4 ancient mithril coins, magically similar to a deck of many things, and one of which is also a fortune favors coin, and also 106 gold. And that is the end of my notes.
Great. Yeah, that's excellent. You got all the important moments there. Well done.
So you missed my telekinetic shove. I think that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that
was pretty
sick.
cool. But Tharathar was unconscious, so I stopped writing.
That's fair.
In character.
I guess
Understandable.
would not know about that.
Yeah, great. Just to make sure before, so you can take your inspiration. You have a D2. Paul, did you add Jade Gemsword of Garethol? Is that what you added?
Yep.
Perfect. All
right. I got it.
Because there were some other gem swords in my inventory.
That sounds
Yeah.
powerful.
I got that one and the scale mail, and I've added the
carpet.
For whatever reason, the carpet of flying considers itself a container, like a backpack. So
interesting.
You've got, because it can technically hold 800 pounds of stuff while we're traveling on it. So
very interesting. All right. Anyway, so with the summary out of the way, you guys took a short rest and have healed, licked your wounds, You will not technically be leveled until you complete a long rest, which you are in dire need of. I guess maybe not so much with your short rest, but anyway, you've left the outskirts of the village of Oldwood, which you spent the better part of today basically tearing through. It is late in the evening, early morning now. It's probably, well, Therathari has keen mind, so it's like 3:08 in the morning. It's very early, and if you guys don't rest soon, exhaustion might be on the horizon here. However, you know that without horses or a speedier means of travel, unless you choose to try the carpet, it will take you the better part of a day and a half to get back. What would you like to do?
Right, well, I'm kind of tired. How about we try out that magic carpet we just found?
Yeah. I think that would help us also get this scroll into town. I would hate for the wrong person to stumble upon it as we enter. I just don't know if our
Iris
things
will
will be searched or
retrieve
whatever.
the flying carpet and unroll it.
Right, Iris, you have the scroll, right? That's with you still, like in your.
That's with
I
Alexa, actually.
thought Alexa was
That's
doing
right.
that.
Alexa has it. You're correct.
Iris is just going to like crouch down by the carpet for a little bit and just try to figure out what the hell it does magically. And then she's going to glare at it for a while and then just go, Academia. And it's just going to start hovering off of the floor.
You watch as this carpet, which by the way is beautifully crafted, it's of very fine fabric. The pattern is very intricate. It's got colors of red and orange and yellow and subtle hints of blues in there. It's very well designed. It looks old. It is made from tapestry or fabric, from Shikumo. You would recognize the pattern, the stitching type. Obviously, it's been enchanted, and it is hovering about 3 feet off the ground, kind of flat, as though it's laying on an invisible ground, aloft in the air.
All right. Well, can we all fit? Do you think we can all fit on the magic carpet here?
So, just out of game before you end. I guess if you want, I don't say anything and you can figure it out. But basically, it's 4x6, and it has a fly speed of 60 feet. It can carry up to 800 pounds, but its flying speed becomes 30 feet, basically halved, if you're carrying over 400 pounds. So now we have to figure out the total weight of the group at the moment, and then we're going to write this figure down and never forget it, so that we can reference it. Are you over or under 400 pounds?
Okay, so Iris is at least 65. At the very bare minimum. I don't know how much a Warforged is supposed to weigh.
So
you could probably look it up, right?
Yeah, let me find that out actually.
Warforged 5e.
All right, so what's Felix weigh?
I don't think I ever like.
Woo!
Oh no.
275 to 410.
Nice.
So Iris is pretty much all the size.
All right, let's go with a 280 for Iris.
According to D&D Beyond, Felix weighs 40 pounds.
Plus 40 for Felix. Can you add comments to your item, Paul? If so, you should add this weight here.
Okay, yep.
So we'll say 280 for Iris, 40 for Felix. What is Jaro weigh?
I am 195.
What does Thera weigh?
You include all his gear, he's probably around 140 or 150, something like that.
Let's call it 150.
So we are a total of 665 pounds for the full party.
Almost 666.
We can pick something up that's about a pound.
Let's get Alfredo. Bring Alfredo out. He'll be the extra pound.
Well, Alfredo can fly.
Yeah, I know, but he's gonna sit just so that way we can get the extra
Well,
weights.
so Iris is like, what did we say, like 270?
Yeah, 280.
well, let
He
me.
said.
I don't
280.
know. I don't know whether or not the amount carried includes the bag of holding, which just sort of vanishes a bunch of stuff.
The bag of holding has just a base weight.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I'm not really nickel and diming you
She-
for items.
All things considered, she is like 330 of the 400-pound slowdown limit.
All right, so we're gonna say 330 for you. I
Yeah.
mean, we don't have to nickel and dime the items. It's just major things like major weapons or armor. If you have like chain armor, that's
Mhm.
considerable weight. But okay, so then we'll change that. So it's 330 plus 40.
Either way, we'll say we have like 100 pounds to spare, probably.
Yeah.
You have Let's just call it 100 pounds. So everything all in is 100. It's 700 pounds. So just write that down. That's the figure we're going with.
All four of us with gear and
Fully geared out.
armor and weapons. Yes.
700, we said.
700.
Yes,
You got 100 to play
Okay.
with.
Word.
All right. So you can get on it. You will be operating at half speed. So it'll save you walking, but won't make you get there any quicker.
That's fine with me.
We can rest while it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be considered a short rest. Yeah.
I'll at
That'll-
least still need to pay attention to operating it, right?
Yeah, you will. Yes. It's not a Tesla carpet yet,
It doesn't have auto drive,
unfortunately.
autopilot.
So you want to all get on the carpet? Are you traveling through the night and getting there? You'll probably get there around 3-ish p.m. the next day at this speed. Or do you want to stop? You want to go back and long rest in the church? What do you want to do?
No, fuck long resting.
Yeah, I'm down to get back to Answood. I want to get home, or as home as we can be.
Right. Yeah, I think.
Being
Especially
safe, I
now
can
that
at
we
least
got
put my
that
lab up.
Oh yeah, you have that structure, right? We haven't used that yet.
I do.
Why don't we just maybe go like an hour outside of Oldwood, and then Iris, you could put your lab up, and then we could take a rest in your lab, and then get back to Oldwood in the morning. I mean, get back to Answood in the morning.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Okay.
Let's do it. I need a rest.
All right. So just to recap, you're going a little bit of the ways and then camping
Yeah,
out.
we're gonna float for like an hour, and then Iris has her lab structure thing.
Yeah.
That we're gonna camp out in.
Sure. I don't know if we've used it, but
We've used it once.
We used it once.
Okay. Regardless, I think it's still worth an explanation. So if you would like to describe not only how your lab comes to be, but what's inside.
Yeah, so we'll probably wait until we get about an hour out of Oldwood.
Yep.
And then once we find a suitable, safe opening, Iris will retrieve this small stone, pretty much just like a magical-looking rock, out of her chest cavity and place it down. And she whispers to it for a little moment. And then the stone itself glimmers and spreads to look pretty much like a 5x5 tent-like structure, though it is more looking like it is a stone-carved building rather than tents. But like we've seen before, she'll open the portable laboratory, and within is a 10x10 space. It's bigger on the inside, with 3 different beds, a wooden desk with some writing supplies. There's a wooden chair and table as well. 3 different chests that are open and can store things as necessary. The inner designing is the best way I can describe it is like Art Deco of blue and golds from ages past, and a number of different runes and symbols that Iris once upon a time knew what they meant, but she looks at them now and she's very confused.
Okay, you all enter into this space. You each have, I think there's a bed for each of you, and ample
There's-
workspace.
So there's 3 beds, so thankfully Iris doesn't need one.
Correct. Yep.
Okay, This should do for now, I think.
It'll
Does
more
this
than do.
have some magical cloaking, or is anyone walking by going to see it?
I think it might. It used to, but it's been a while. I think I have to tinker around with it.
Well, I think we should probably keep a watch just to be safe, at least until we figure that out.
That sounds
Inside or
reasonable
outside?
enough.
Of the-
Outside, likely. It
But
is a giant stone building.
we could just sit right outside the front door, I guess.
Okay.
I could take first watch. I'm actually, in terms of like health wise, I feel like I have the most energy out of the group here, so I could probably take first watch and let you all get some rest.
Thank you, Jara.
Me. Thank you.
All right, who's next? Jara and then.
I think I would prefer, although Jara's human. Thera, can you see in the dark?
Regrettably, in this case.
And Iris?
I have a light, and she'll poke her head, and a small little headlamp will come out of her skull.
That's right. I'm worried from last time. I was almost abducted. I think I would rather have a daytime shift, so maybe the last shift,
Okay.
if that's all right.
Okay.
So Jara, Thera, Iris, Felix. Is that a good order?
Fine with me.
All right. Is there anything you guys would like to do before you go to sleep for the day, or do you want to just fast track through? Yeah.
Before I go to sleep, does anyone have a ring? Just a mundane ring?
I was about to ask the same thing.
I like how you think, Iris. If not,
We-
that's fine.
We may need to stop in town for one.
2.
I do not.
That's fine.
Nothing.
We can stop in town once we get there. Iris, we'll go to the jeweler. Get some ice.
That sounds good to me. What is ice also a jewelry?
It's a colloquialism.
So it's a regional dialect.
Oh, is that what a It's not a colloquialism. It's just slang.
Oh. Okay.
In the gangs of Karth, they refer to it as ice. In the hottest place in Caldrone.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone else want to do anything?
I think after all of the beating and dealing with weirdness for now, I think Iris probably will just try and shut down for a little bit.
Sure.
Technically, what Iris will do is she will step outside of the lab and shut down there, because she's still technically responsive and can see stuff while she's unconscious, or while she's in her resting state. So that will at least be a second pair of eyes on watch while everyone else is watching.
Okay.
I can also I can overnight make a second bag of holding. That way maybe we can put 300 pounds worth of stuff in there. Get home faster in the morning.
That might be useful.
I don't know how much of that is 300 pounds of stuff or like 300 pounds of iris.
Well, yeah. Are our raw weights over 400?
I think so, because
Okay, then never mind.
Iris's raw weight is still 270.
Yeah. Okay, I forgot. Never mind.
And mine's 195. So
Okay. If there's nothing else, you all go to sleep. You can all level up, which you've done.
Officially.
It's
Let's
no problem.
go.
And I see, Tom, you are correctly leveled at 6, so that's good. So congratulations. You wake up in the morning through all of your watches, and you feel stronger. You feel more capable, more accomplished. The event, rather, in Oldwood while mysterious and a little unnerving, if not very unnerving, were fruitful in that they've made you unified as a group. You've done something good, literally, and you've learned along the way. So we will pick up with a weather table roll. D8, please, somebody.
Ooh.
And it is about 11 in the morning when you awake.
It is an
Oh, we slept
8.
in.
Yeah, I mean, you went to bed at 3 a.m., so.
No, I
and,
know.
okay, an 8. An 8. All right.
Crit.
You awake to one of the most beautiful mornings you have ever experienced. It is just a little bit breezy. There's not a cloud in the sky. It's the perfect temperature, and I will die on this hill, of 72 degrees. And life is good. Birds are chirping. Like I mentioned, gentle breeze, the sweet smell of flowers and of leaves, of grass fills your noses. Iris, I don't know what it fills, but you smell it, nonetheless. Your smelling receptacle.
Olfactory receptors.
Yeah. that one.
Olfactory receptacles.
Yeah, it's a beautiful morning. Quite contrast to the shitty day, really, yesterday. Weather-wise and experience-wise, I think. We'll pick up. What would you like to do today?
How long
Jared,
back?
I have a quick
Choose-
mechanical question.
Sure.
Just because I don't want to do this at any other time. Felix does not really need a third infusion right now, but he plans on infusing a ring that he's buying later in the day.
Okay.
According to the rules, I can only infuse things overnight. Would I be able to forego an infusion now and infuse in the middle of the day, or should we just do it rules as written?
No, I think this kind of thing, in this moment, I'll just let you infuse when you get the item.
Okay.
I probably should also figure that one out too, because infusions are a weird thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's very low stress. You're decompressing right now, unless something goes horribly wrong. So I won't really nickel and dime too hard. But in other circumstances, I may pull the rule
Yeah,
card.
no, I'll always ask. I won't ever just do it.
So yeah, feel free to like chamber that infusion until you get an item to infuse with.
Cool.
But yeah, you may proceed as you wish today. World is your oyster.
So,
back to Oldwood, Answood. Oh no.
no, not back to Oldwood. Never again. I don't know. We only traveled about an hour yesterday, and we were going pretty slow, so we still have the majority of the trip ahead of us. But that gives us some time to plan. I think something we need to discuss is what to do about Meryl. I forget. Was it Jara? Did you get a weird feeling?
Is there something wrong with Meryl?
Well, I just have some concerns. I mean, I guess my major concern is what did she know versus what she actually told us? Because I feel like she might have known more than what she alluded to. That's concern one. Concern two, I think we learned that what was it? Thardax. I think we learned that she was a student of Meryl. So I mean,
Yeah, Garth told us that.
Like, what the fuck is up with that, right? And we also like that if she told us that this scroll was like for a telescope or something, right? Like if I'm remembering that correctly. But this is like some real like heavy evil thing. Like, what does she want with it? That's kind of concerning to me as well.
Dan, there's actually a scroll item. You add it to your inventory.
Okay, I created a thing for it.
Yeah, no, Jara, that's exactly right. She told us that this scroll, which she said was written in Abyssal. Does anyone read Abyssal?
I thought the scroll wasn't the scroll in Infernal.
The
Well, she
scroll
said
you
it was
have is in
Abyssal.
Infernal. Yeah.
So she lied to us.
Right, yeah. So this scroll's Infernal. I don't know. So I mean, it could be this is not the right scroll. Maybe I don't know.
Well, it was like it was the scroll that was there.
It was definitely the scroll. I will agree with you there. So I don't know. That's so it's just like a lot of red flags are going off in my head right now. So I'm a little
I
suspect of Meryl right now.
wholeheartedly agree. My next question, I think, is in Answood. We haven't made too many good connections. I feel like most of the people we've met in Answood have been antagonistic. Who do we trust the most? Who can we go to get like a third opinion on Meryl? Like just someone who knows her. Like who can tell us who Meryl actually is and like what she's actually up to? Maybe we
Wasn't
don't have that
the
person.
person who sent us here Meryl's kid?
Yeah, I believe so. That was our contact in Therathari's group, right? That it was her mother.
Yeah, see ya.
Why don't we just ask Meryl what's going on?
I think we definitely there's definitely another conversation that's going to
She,
happen there.
she just seems very powerful is my only reservation with that. And if we are too onto her or we know too much, I just fear what she could do to us. But we could go to her directly if you trust her.
I feel like if her child was sending us somewhere, she can't be all that bad.
Well, people, not as you know, but as a former party member of ours knows, people act very differently from their parents. They're not all carbon copies of each other.
Huh.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I feel like the archive would have a general. I feel like they're like I feel like they're in the know. That's kind of like their thing. So I don't know. Maybe I guess Meryl could just be keeping a really good secret, and then see if
Yeah.
she's blinded to it because that's her mother. But I'm at least I'm very very cautious. I think there definitely needs some caution there, but maybe some benefit of the doubt might be.
I mean, we know that Sia is associated with the archive or a member of the archive, but does Meryl have any official signage or anything that tells us that she's officially part of the archive? I mean, all we have is this supposed relationship that
Uh,
information is coming from her. That's all we know.
We were just told that she was a contact, right? So I'm not.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I forgot that they specifically did say.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, they did name drop her. Like you should go if you go through Answood, you should. speak
We've
to
been
Meryl.
through a lot since then, so pardon me.
No, that's. I mean, we've been through a lot of trauma last night. I understand,
Yeah.
but it was definitely a
All
rough
right. Well,
time.
you're right. The archive. I trust the archive. If they sent us to her, I'll trust her. But we're definitely going to ask some questions. I think.
Maybe she
Absolutely.
just doesn't. Maybe she just doesn't know what the scroll does.
I mean,
Maybe she was told differently.
that's certainly quite possible. That's what I want to ask about. Like I said, I think like I have some concerns, but like based off of how we got to Meryl, I'm open to giving her the benefit of the doubt and like hearing her explanation for things.
Yeah. All I want is an explanation. If she can't provide that though, then I don't know.
Yeah, if she can't provide that, then I think we keep the scroll, and maybe that's something that we hand directly to the Order of the Archive, because this thing definitely cannot go into the wrong hands with just what I know about that type of magic and an item that would contain it.
Yeah. All right. So we go to Meryl.
Okay. Is there
Are we
anything?
getting on the?
Okay. Iris
Yeah,
will.
well, I would say we'd have that conversation while floating on the carpet.
Yep. Iris will pack up the portable lab and put it back into her vacuous chest cavity.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you take off.
Just over the trees and out towards Answood.
Yeah. You don't even need to look at the path below or anyone traveling with you. The risk of getting raided has gone down significantly. This carpet, for all of that Oldwood was, bad and
It
good,
is a boom.
this carpet is definitely a treat. Okay.
As we're flying, Jara is going to bring something up. So, I know we went through like a lot of stuff back in Oldwood. I just kind of wanted to see what everyone thought about it. I mean, that was like we were. That wasn't like we broke up like a bandit. That was like some evil deity thing that we just put a stop to. I think I don't know. Want to get a sense of where everybody's heads at. How do they feel about it? I don't know how they interpret that. Just kind of, want to check in.
All right. Appreciate this therapeutic approach. I am still sort of mulling things over, but this is definitely put into perspective a lot for me. Just the forces at work in the world. And I think we have to just be mindful that we have a lot of power and responsibility, because we kept that thing at bay, and who's to say what else we can keep at bay in the future.
Very taxing. Does that happen very often?
I don't. Well, I have something I want to bring up, but I kind of wanted to check in with everyone first. I don't know, Therathar, do you have any thoughts that you want to share?
I'll echo what Felix had to say, and also that I have not been this close to death before, and it is something I'm going to avoid in the future. I can't imagine being so so eager to take these side quests.
Well, so I mean, Felix used a good set of words that I think I want to echo. He talked about the forces that are at work in the world, and I guess you guys know a little bit about my backstory. I used to be a student at the college, right? And during my time there, I mean, of course, being at a great institution, um, I learned through our tomes of history that um, whenever there is a large war, usually the deities of chaos take that as an opportunity to, seek their influence into the world and cause what we have termed like the Great Reckoning, right? So if you think about the first Great Reckoning, that's when the first men attacked the first ones. At least that's what our history accounts say. And then that led to the first Great Reckoning. And then you look at the second Great Reckoning, which was the most recent, and you had Sardokros and his dragons, causing a worldwide war with all the other continents, and that led to the second Great Reckoning. And what I noticed is, especially with the political climate here in our continent, that I think we might be on the precipice of a third Great Reckoning. I think, if Turia and Alstanza, if they go to war, I think bad things are coming. And, honestly, I think the fact that we just stopped Theras doing one of the deities of chaos from entering the world, I think, to me, it only hammers that point home and echoes everything that I've kind of read about and seen. And, that's one of the reasons why I started traveling, is because, somewhere along the way, their influence started to creep up. And so I'm trying to figure out, where their influence is, and if we can stop it, I think that's something that just needs to be done.
By they, you mean the deities of chaos?
Yeah, I think they're, the deities of chaos have been corrupting this world. So, right, the deities of order created the world, right, and they created a peaceful existence that was balanced, it was in harmony. And I think the deities of chaos throw that harmony off. They set the world out of balance, and that's what leads to these great wars and these great reckonings, right? And it's kind of like one of those things where you can cut off a limb of the tree, but the tree is going to survive. So I don't think what we did here. I think we cut off a limb, but I think there's still going to be a bigger problem that we need to figure out and get to the heart of the matter.
God, I got a weird question. Do any of those historical names ring a bell to me?
Ours, like, what's a great reckoning?
Great Reckoning.
What's a reckoning?
No. However, the description of the war against First Ones, that sounds familiar to you.
So, what are these reckonings?
Essentially, they're. I forget, Iris. You're not from our time. At least I don't think you are. Essentially, what happens is a large catastrophic event will happen where there will be substantial loss of life and potentially, scarring of the actual physical world that we live in. So when Sardokros led his crusade with the dragons, that led to his great reckoning that pretty much turned his continent of Dokros into a barren wasteland, right? And then during the first Great Reckoning, when it was the first ones and the first men at war, that led to the extinction of a lot of races, right? So there's always a great war and then a catastrophic event, which we term a Great Reckoning. And like I said, I think we're really on the precipice of something big happening now, right? We have the tensions between Turia and Ostanza. We have, Shikumo, weird things going on there. Like, I think, the deities of chaos are back in play, especially as I just saw. And I think, we need to, or at least I need to. I mean, of course, this is all, I don't want to drag you guys into it, but that's my reason for traveling around and asking about strange things happening, is trying to figure out, okay, well, who's doing what, and is it the origination point that I can put a stop to, and then kind of correct things as they are.
So let me ask you this, Jara. Have you been trying to sort of like triangulate a source, or are you more just like plugging holes and hoping you're doing a good job?
I am trying. You got it exactly correct. I am trying to triangulate a source, but of course, if I find any holes on the way, I have to plug those holes up, right?
Yeah.
But until I find the source, I think just more holes are going to keep, creating, and then pretty soon there's going to be more holes than people willing to fill those holes, and then boom, everything goes out of whack.
Well, I think for now, I mean, hopefully for the foreseeable future, our objectives align. I mean, I, like I said, am now thinking about the big picture, thinking about my own responsibility, and thinking about what I can do to make the world a better place. And I know I sure don't want a third Great Reckoning. So I believe you. I'm here to help however I can, and thanks for letting us in on this.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I feel like what we just did is just, to me, it's the proof. It's really the validation of what I've been searching for. I mean, I've seen a lot of little things here and there that I think are, and I'm starting to form bigger pictures in my head. But yeah, I mean, this is the first like deity of chaos that I came across, and to actually be able to put a stop to it. I think I just feel like in my bones that I'm on the right track here.
Yeah, I definitely feel like we've been heading in the right direction recently, even though it has been taxing, like you said there, Thari.
So I guess if our plan is to stop them, I should learn more about them then.
I agree. I think information is certainly powerful, and like I said, that's why I go to towns and try to look for unusual current events, right? Because those could give us a clue as to a major thread that leads to the bigger picture. So I try to information gather as I travel around and try to learn as much as I can about what's going on.
Well, I would appreciate if you could lead us, so to speak, at least for the near future. If the times are as bad as you say, then I wasn't aware of it.
Right. Well, I think what we have going on in going down to the Shikumu border and looking at Whitestone, I think certainly if that gets into the wrong hands, that could be a powder keg that goes off in this intercontinental dispute we have.
Literally.
Yeah, literally and figuratively. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think getting there and figuring that situation out should be our priority from here on out. Because, like you say, all these things start with wars, and this certainly seems like something worth starting a war over. Um, in your opinion, Jara, do you feel like it is more likely that one side sides with the deities of chaos and order, or that they just sort of take advantage of the conflict itself to strike both sides?
I think, to be perfectly honest, it's more than likely if chaos is what they are looking for, I would affect all fronts. I think if there is a major political force that there is more than likely probably some infiltration by the deities of chaos in that government force. Now, I'm not saying it's widespread or systemic or like, every ruler is bad, but I think at some level, somewhere in the organization, there's probably an influence that is at work.
Yep.
That is just my hunch. Like if I was to do it, if you want to destabilize a whole continent, you kind of have to get your fingers everywhere.
Did anything weird like this happen in Tura before you met me?
Define weird like this. You mean like with a deity of chaos?
More like, I guess, weird flesh walls and
Well, I can
evil
certainly tell you,
plots and fire.
flesh walls are new for me. That's not something I come across on the daily basis. In fact, this was the first deity of chaos, even adjacent thing that I've really had direct impact with.
I can tell you that in Tora proper, or is that Toria?
Turi is the continent.
Yep.
Tura. The there was an attempted insurrection led by the prince, dealing with vampires and other undead. But as far as we know, and maybe we didn't really get to the bottom of it fully, but as far as we know, I don't think there was a deity of chaos directly involved.
Okay.
I would put money down that if they were not directly involved, I bet you that they helped put things in motion.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think anything that sounds like a destabilizing event to me, and in my gut that tells me that was part of their plan somehow, or one of their side plots that got put in motion that panned out for them.
Right.
At least it was stopped before it got too bad. But I definitely think something happened.
The only thing I will add, and this you don't need a history check for, you've all lived through it. The last Great Reckoning 2, obviously, that one ended approximately 20 years ago from the current date. And so, whether or not that you choose to believe that that helps Jara's theory or hurts it, just know that 20 years ago, this massive event, which didn't affect all of the world as so much as it affected certain continents heavily, happened, and there was a major event that ended it, or at least thought to have ended it. So,
I have no recollection of this.
correct. But for those that have lived through it, consciously, let's say, you know that information as well. Is there anything else you guys would like to discuss before making your entrance back into Answood?
Nope. Or not for me. I'm good.
All right.
Nothing else that I can think of.
Great. Great work. Good call outs to the lore. You guys are paying attention. It makes me happy. All right. With wild theories running amok and some questioning on the horizon, your carpet pulls forward. I will ask you at least this one time, because this is your first carpet ride. Do you guys choose to brandish your carpet out in the public, i.e., landing, flying above the
Absolutely
walls?
Oh yeah, no.
Absolutely not. In fact, I would say we would park it probably like an hour walk outside and then walk in.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the carpet puts a huge target on us. These things are, from what I know, extremely rare and extremely valuable. So
Yeah, and
I think we should hide this and not make a big show of it. Plus, we don't really have many allies here, like you mentioned before, Felix. So I feel like not tempting people is probably the best idea.
that makes all the sense in the world.
Okay. You can mark off another half ration if for those are keeping track. You should be. So mark off.
I
another
don't
half.
eat.
Yep. So you're good.
I still have all those breadsticks.
Yeah. And the lemon. What were they? Lemon.
Oh, the lemon cookies.
The lemon cookies.
Those little lemon cookies.
Where's my rations?
The day is and has progressed to be an exceptionally beautiful day. It's one of those days.
Jared, I think what
Mhm.
I'm gonna do is edit my rations in my inventory to be a half day, and then just double what I have
Sure. Whatever you want.
because I can't do like a 0.5.
That makes sense. But today has built up to be one of those like rare days, maybe that comes around once a season. That's beautiful. It's been an exceptionally beautiful day, so much so that the long trudge back on this carpet, which is fairly packed, I'll add, is that much more enjoyable. Just by nature of being out and about in beautiful weather with allies you care for. With that, you park your carpet and finish your hour trek and get to the front gates of Antswood by 4 p.m. You have the rest of the day, the evening. I would say you are fairly tired, even though you were sitting most of it. It's still exhausting traveling.
What time was it? Did you say
4 p.m.
4 p.m.
And by the way, it is... Let me make sure the day is correct. Let me look at my notes real quick. It is Sunday. In
Oh,
game.
fuck.
Um,
It's a Sunday.
well, do you want to see if Meryl's around now, or do we want to try to do that in the morning? What do you guys think is best?
All right, what time is it?
4 p.m.
4 p.m.
Iris, did you want to head to the jeweler?
Sure. Let's go pick up some ice.
All right, if you guys want to do some errands, I wanted to see about
Please ask for ice.
going to. I think I wanted to do this before we left, but ran out of time. I wanted to try to find a courier. I have a package that I want to send back to a friend back in Ostanza.
Okay. You want to head to
Yeah,
courier?
go ahead. So,
Therathari,
you wanna-
are you hanging along with Iris and Felix, or what?
Yeah.
You want to meet back somewhere?
Do we? I guess back at the Her Flame Inn.
Yeah, that works for me. Haven't been in our rooms for a while. Oh, actually, don't we have new rooms?
Yeah, we got like first floor rooms now, I believe.
Yep.
Ooh, fancy. All right, nice.
Okay. So we'll start off with the people going shopping. Are you going to the market around the Hearthflame Inn, the Hearthflame Market, or are you going to dedicated jewelers outside and like the market?
I mean, to be quite frank, the quality of the ring does not matter.
Doesn't
to me
really
at all.
matter.
So,
Listen, if it's nice and shiny, Iris might buy it regardless of price. So you probably want to steer her to something that's more affordable.
yeah, I'll go for the cheaper option.
Okay.
So I guess just around the Hearthflame Inn, not like a designer jeweler or anything.
All right. You find make me a perception check. Why not?
Both of us?
Yeah, or one of you with advantage.
My perception is +4.
Okay, you do it. Do it with
All right.
advantage.
So a dirty 20. Yeah, dirty 20.
Okay. You look around at the stock on a Sunday evening around dinner time. There aren't many stalls open at this hour, and you gather that the remaining ones that are open are really striving for a buck here, which may align perfectly with your frugality and your unwillingness, or rather, your desire to buy the bare minimum. You find a sleazy-looking half-elf individual. Kind of looks like he's perpetually sweating, rather heavy set, kind of sweat stains in his shirt. He's got a modest shop, but judging from his appearance and the stock he keeps in his cases, the guy's probably just trying to make a living and probably struggling at doing that. But you approach nonetheless, and he greets you happily. Good evening there. Welcome. Looking for anything in particular?
Yeah, we're looking for a pair of rings.
Looking to match a promise or something? You getting married?
Yeah, we actually just got engaged.
Congratulations. That's wonderful. What?
Yeah, she's my everything. And Felix will look up with longing eyes.
Iris is completely confused right now. Oh.
Y'all are a very beautiful couple.
Yeah, so what do
Well-
you have in terms of wedding bands?
Are you looking for something with a little bit of diamond on it, or just a straight band?
Just a plain wedding band. We're kind of tight on funds right now.
We're not from here.
I also
Oh.
kind of went all out on the engagement ring, so I have to cut back on the actual wedding bands themselves.
I understand about living frugally. You don't have to explain it to me. Let's see if I can help you out here, though. You looking for gold, silver, platinum, bronze,
I'll look-
even?
What do you want, honey?
I think I could do something with platinum.
Platinum. All right. He'll pull out a glass case, probably about 8 inches long, not feet, inches long. Places it on top of the counter. Undo the lid, and you see rows of various width patterned platinum bands. Some of them have like interlacing darker like strands that have been weaved together. Some are just straight up like solid platinum in a band, and they're sized. Now we can make adjustments for a small fee, of course, but if anything fits your fancy, feel free.
I'll look for bands on the larger side. My ring is not intended for me, so like a human / half elf size.
Okay. And Iris?
Iris will grab. How many platinum rings are there actually? You said like there's a row of them.
Yeah, he's got two rows of about 9, so about 18 in total, and there are various
Okay.
widths and designs.
Okay. She'll probably show some interest in about 3 that are relatively humanoid sized and 1 that is probably smaller sized.
Okay. Well, if you want some engravings as well, we do that for again another small fee. But we do cursive, we write in Elvish, Dwarvish, Common, and we got somebody recently that speaks Orc. If you're into that kind of thing. But which one of these you want? So of the 3, do you have a particular? I guess I can give you a. Yeah, go on.
I'll just do a plain one. And how much is the engraving?
Well, if you do a bundle deal, we can give you a discount, but it's an extra 20 gold on top of the ring cost.
I think I'll pass on the engraving. Sorry, honey. Maybe I'll try to work something up myself.
Sure. Okay.
I can do it for 15 if you're stretching a penny here.
Sure. That sounds like a deal.
All right. Okay. So you want a platinum ring. And then Iris, do you want anything fancy, plain Jane? What do you want here? Iced out.
I think Iris would probably look for things that are kind of nice-ish.
Okay. They go up to 120 gold for a ring. So
Okay. She's probably looking around like the 50 to 60 range.
All right. You identify a fancy band, if you will. It has interleaving like strands of this nice platinum metal, and it also has small hatchings and like engravings. It's a nice ring. For what this guy's peddling, this is probably one of the nicer ones he owns. And it's
Okay.
it's priced at 55. And if you wanted the added engraving for 15, be 70.
Iris is not sure why she would need a ring engraved, so she'll probably want to pass on that one.
Okay. So it's 55 for you.
Okay.
And for Felix, you want the engraving as well?
Yes, please.
And you're going for one of the smaller or the not smaller, but the lesser quality rings, plain.
Yeah, and just plain, no pattern or anything.
So your total will be 41.
Okay. And could you make it say to the light of my life?
Oh, with pleasure.
Or maybe not the two. Just light of my life.
All right, we don't charge you per letter. I just want to let you know. So whatever you want on this, we can.
Well,
do.
I don't want it to look like a letter. It's a ring.
Fair enough. All right, we'll get that engraved for you here, and if you want to wait around for a few minutes, take a look at the rest of the selection. Maybe buy a bundle deal. If not, I'll get this going for you, and they'll hand it back to one of like the people working, and they'll find with a eyeglass and chip, just kind of chip away.
So Iris will go ahead and cast message on Felix. So what do you need your ring for?
I can respond, right?
Yes.
I'm going to give it to Therathari, I think. It's going to give him more magical capabilities.
Oh. I was thinking something similar.
Two
Should
rings
we-
blinged out.
You can give yours to Jara, or you could use it yourself, even.
Can we get more, actually? I might have some use for more.
You can get as many as you want. Do you need a loan?
I think I should be okay. Let's see.
We can just say just in case we lose them.
Can we get 2 more?
Yeah. Do you want me to do the talking?
I don't know what a wedding is.
That's fair. Excuse me, sir.
Oh yeah. Looking to-
We're very clumsy. We've actually already lost the engagement ring that I spent so much on. Just in case we lose these, could we just get a backup pair, please?
the same kind.
Yeah, let's not do the engraving yet because we don't need that.
Sure.
Yet, but just in case, I'd like to have them.
All right, I'll tell you what, since you're buying you're buying quite a bit from me, I'll give you a little bit of discount on these two. So the combined price will be, let's call it 65 gold together for both bands.
That is a very fair price. Thank you.
Of course.
I'll cover it, Iris. I'm flush.
Okay.
All right, your ring will be done here in any second now.
Thank you
Right.
very much.
Iris will lean down to Felix. Felix,
Yes.
which ones of these are the ice ones you were talking about?
You're surrounded with ice. All of this is ice. It just means jewelry.
Oh, okay.
Okay, after
It's a
a
figure
few
of speech.
moments, you are given your engraved ring. Pretty good job. Not the best craftsmanship, but it's legible.
It's important.
I'm going to go ahead and imbue mine with my 3rd infusion.
Same.
Okay. Jara, you are headed to a courier.
Yeah, I
Uh,
wanted to send some gold out.
Okay, there is an official service provided by the Turin government, or the Turian government, excuse me, that is basically the USPS of Tura. I'm going to do it too, Jesus Christ. Turia. And if you're looking to send it outside of the kingdom, it's
Which
going
I-
to be a different courier.
I'm going outside of the kingdom.
Okay. This is actually a couriering service based out of Karth. They are known for the speed at which they deliver. It is, I'm looking in my notes, the Feathered Fellows. They are quite pricey, but they guarantee 2-day shipping. And they also allow you to have like for certain packages, some kind of insurance applied in case it doesn't get there.
They got a membership or something?
Not yet, but their CEO, Beth Jezos, is working on it.
Yeah, that's where I'm gonna go there.
Sure. All right, you enter into, it's a very small building. Basically, it's just a desk, really, and then a backdrop which opens out into a warehouse, which is where they store a lot of boxes and obviously whatever is being shipped. You notice there are no carts, there are no horses, and there are no birds, which is curious. How do they ship anything?
I would assume magic.
Correct. You would assume correctly. Just get this on. So you enter in, and a dwarvish woman greets you, and she says, "Hey there, what can I do for you?"
Well, hello. I would like to enlist your courier services to send a small package over to Lothros over in Ostanza.
What's the delivery date?
I guess what are your like shipping times? How fast can we get it there?
She pushes forward a pamphlet that lists the days and rates. Even the service is fast here. There's a 2-day deal, there's a 1-day deal, and then there's the standard like 5 business day deal, obviously varying in price.
Yeah, what's the prices on these?
So it's often by weight. Are you shipping a letter?
I'm going to be shipping a small parcel of gold with a letter.
Okay. How much gold? If you don't want to
guess-
say, you can PM me. If you don't want to.
I guess it probably depends on how much the cost.
So if you're looking to ship like a small parcel, they usually don't charge you by weight per se. The standard 2-day delivery is going to be, 70 gold. And there's options to buy insurance. And then there's also the 1-day, which is 120 gold.
I think 2 days will be fine.
All right, and then what are you shipping? Because there's an added weight percentage.
I'm gonna send.
Okay. So that's going to cost in total, they're going to call it,
The shipping.
yeah, they're going to call it 80 gold for the whole
Okay.
thing. And then if you want insurance placed on it, you can insure up to that value. They do in terms of 500 gold piece increments.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
All right, so that's another 20 gold.
Okay. So making it even. Got it.
Dang,
So-
shipping funds are expensive out here.
They hand you a ticket. It's basically what happens is they receive the item, package it up for you, and then they go over to this like almost like a typewriter looking thing. They punch in some information, and out flows a receipt on papyrus paper. They hand it to you, and in the process say some kind of incantation. And the details become immediately clear to you, including the active status of your package.
Cool.
And she says, "This will update in real time, and when it gets there, you should get a notification."
All right. Well, I think that is great for me. Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming by. Have a swell day.
You as well. And Jared, we can work out the details afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. You all, unless you want to do anything else, meet up at the Hearthflame. Is that correct?
On my way back, we don't have to roleplay this, but on my way back, I would like to pick up some Tinker's tools, if that's possible.
Totally fine. Yeah, well, we don't even need to RP that. Let me just get a price for you.
Oh wait, no, I don't need to do that. I have an ability. Never mind.
Yeah, you can make your own after like
Yeah, I
an
don't-
hour.
I am an artificer. Never mind.
Saved you 50 gold.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else before you rendezvous at the Hearthflame?
I'm
All right.
good.
So you head back to the Hearthflame. Take a little bit of a nod to Jametti. He has been looking after your bird, Therathari, for you. He's enlisted, or he's taken the initiative to take care of your pigeon, just to make sure it was safe for no additional cost. Although leans in for a tip maybe, but regardless.
Well, I don't know if they tip him, but if I come back at a separate time, I give him a three silver piece tip.
He's
thank
very
him for
thankful.
watching the horses.
Yeah, he'll
I
greet
also
you.
tip him.
What are you tipping him?
5 silver.
Nice. He'll thank both of you. Thank you very much. Hope your trip was good, and it's nice to see you safe. I've taken good care of the horses and the bird. Been very pleasant. Thank you. And,
I appreciate everything you do, Jametta. You're a great man.
you're too kind. You're too kind. Enjoy your stay. Okay. You enter in the hearth flame. We'll say, for the sake of this, you guys kind of wait for each other and end up rendezvousing at the dining portion of the hearth flame. If that's okay, taking that liberty.
Yeah, that's fine.
What would you like to do?
It's evening time now, right?
It is evening time. Therathari has a fresh loot.
Well,
Have we
Not
seen?
confident enough in this.
Have we seen our new rooms?
Yeah, I think we were in them before we left.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess there's no time like the present. Therathari, I have a gift for you. And Felix will pull out his new ring with the inscription, and he will hand it to Therathari.
So it was a wedding ring for me, not Iris.
What's a wedding?
Yeah, it was.
Birds and bees talk with Iris.
Therathari, this ring should I forgot you were there, honestly. Sorry. Yeah, this ring will allow you to, out of character, as an action, recover 1 spell slot that can be of 3rd level or lower.
That's great.
Once per long rest.
That's pretty
Does that require attunement?
It does, yes.
Unfortunate.
Does it?
I believe so.
I don't think the infusion items do.
They don't?
Unless they specifically say they do.
I mean, I thought this specifically said it did, but maybe I'm wrong.
Let me double check.
Yeah, if it does not specify.
Yeah, there are some that require attunement and some that don't.
And this one does, right?
Let me check.
What is the imbuement called?
The spell refueling ring. Oh no, that one does. No, my bad. Yeah, that does.
So I can add that to my inventory. Does that exist?
Sure, it should
Yeah,
be a
that's actually
standard
tricky. I don't know because it's an infusion.
item. What's it called? A spell.
Spell refueling, spell dash refueling.
I mean, you could just make it have a use and then just click it off when you use it.
If not, I'll just add an item and then I'll throw it in your inventory offline time.
All right.
Spell refueling imbuement. Okay.
So, I was going to keep it for myself, but considering I'm all tapped up, Jara, do you want this one? And she'll hand Jara a similar spell storing ring.
Oh wow, I appreciate the gift. Yeah, I think that's definitely something I could use.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty up on attunement as it is.
I know exactly what I would swap out for it. Well, I appreciate this gift.
Of course,
I'm certain it will be useful in the future.
it may turn off from time to time, but I'll let you know before that happens.
I would appreciate the heads up, yes.
Okay.
What gave you the idea to create these?
Well, I mean, I can't speak for Iris, but I feel like both of you had instrumental contributions in our last fight that we absolutely needed. And so for you to have more of that power Just feels like a no-brainer to me.
Well,
Yes, well,
I don't think you guys should downplay yourselves. I think both of you are quite important as well, and I don't think we would have been as successful as we were if you two weren't there.
Well, sure, but your what I specifically mean is that your spellcasting contributions helped out a lot, and Iris and I, while we can cast some spells, are not at your level. So
it has been a struggle of mine to navigate through all of these encounters without expending myself early, so I think this was an excellent choice of a gift. Thank you.
I don't know if did you see the inscription? I got it specially for you.
Therathari cast light towards the inscription.
Are you and Therathari married now?
In spirit, I guess. I mean, I don't have a ring to prove it, so
What happened to the other ones we bought?
you took them, right?
Oh, I did. Do you want one?
I mean, I'll take it just to wear, sure.
Yep. Iris will hand you a platinum ring. Iris will win for herself.
So, Felix, I don't suppose you have any room for attunement?
No. At least not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm attuned to Alexa, and she's been helpful. But
She has the scroll.
yeah, she has the scroll, so we need her for at least a little bit. But that could be an open slot. It's up in the air. But for now, yes.
Then I think you should take this, and I'll give him the Ring of Memories.
Oh, shit!
Say-
Hell yeah!
So, Therathari, you take the ring off, and immediately, it's like a cloud has fogged parts of your brain. You can't remember certain things as well. And the constant annoying internal ticking of your internal clock, which matches exactly the universal time, is gone.
I've been meaning to rid myself of this burden.
So you can attune to it until your short rest, but you have it in your inventory.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think we've been here before, Tony.
Yes, we have.
I think the Ring of Memories is an item. Is that correct, Tom?
There are two versions. I don't know which one is more correct. You tell
Yes.
me. Is the one with the bullet points or the one without the bullet points?
Which one do you have, Tom?
Well, I just clicked unequip and it... Oh, wait, no, it is still in the... I have one that is blue text.
Yeah, the Ring of
They're both
Memories.
items.
Wearer of this ring gains keen mind. No bullet points.
Yeah, exactly.
No bullet points? Okay.
No bullet points. Cool.
Alright,
Incredible.
So I'm gonna delete this then.
What a gift.
Well, at
that
least
is.
put it on. Thanks so much, Therathari.
Rip Alexa.
Of course, I
So-
think...
Is
you know,
magical jewelry
now we
also
can...
iced?
Yeah, that is nice as well, and we can remember the wedding in full force now.
Hell yeah.
Never forget the food. While you're chowing down, a familiar-looking barkeep walks by, who is Clyde, recognizes Felix. Ah! You made it back from visiting Meryl. I hope your visit was normal. I'll get a round of drinks on me, whatever you want.
Our visit with Meryl was probably the most normal thing that's happened to us in a couple days.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So, a drink would be very appreciated. Thank you, Clyde.
Of course. And I'll have him send another round of chicken legs for you. Good to see you. And he'll head back.
You too.
You get your new round of drinks and some new food, and we will take our 5-minute break here. Come back at 8:05 to
Sounds
whatever the rest of
Sounds
session
good.
holds. See you in 5. Okay, your next round of drinks were served with a roast turkey leg, chicken leg, I mean. And you are enjoying your meal. Is there anything else you'd like to do while enjoying a celebratory meal with your new ice on your fingers? That's canon, by the way.
No, I don't think so. Just enjoying being able to relax for a second, not fearing for my life.
That's not a bad place to be. Okay. With that, your meal comes to an end. It's probably spent an hour in there. Let's call it an hour. What would you like to do?
What time is it right now?
You know, best guess, because no one has keen mind. It's been an hour, so probably close to 6.
So, is there anything else we want to do today?
I think a low-key evening is probably for the best.
Okay.
Agreed.
When do we plan to leave? After we talk to Meryl, assuming all goes well with that, do we have any
Yeah.
more business here?
No,
I don't think so.
I believe we leave right after that. Like we talked to Meryl, we wrap this thing up, and then I think we head out.
All right. Well then, Jared, would I have any idea when like a bank would close?
Probably closed at this hour on a Sunday.
Is the Gilmore's tent still open right now?
Gilmore's was closed when you went by.
Okay.
All right. Then yeah, I'm chilling.
Yeah, things close down on Sundays here early.
All right, it's a Sunday.
In general,
the
that's
highest.
kind of a soft rule in Turia. It's not hard rule, but you are still close to the capital, so a lot of that is still forced. All right. So anything else before you continue? Okay.
Sleepy time.
Sleepy time.
Would like to spend the evening reading my book because I haven't done that today. And
All right.
then I will go to bed.
So you all enter into your rooms. There's 2 rooms. I believe the split was Therathari, Felix, Iris, Jara. Was that right?
I think it
We
was
are
Iris
married, so.
Felix.
Oh, that's true. It was Iris Felix.
Yeah, because you were in the room when I had my flesh happen.
Yeah, that's.
Mm.
Whoa.
True. It's an open marriage. Okay. So when you get back, in the room with Jara and Thera, there is an envelope left for you with an official wax seal of the government, the Turian government. It is addressed to I'd rather not.
Oh, that's right.
And
We have that whole business to attend to.
do you choose to open?
Honestly. Oh wait, who?
Wait, whose room?
It's
Yeah,
in
who's
our
Yeah.
room.
Should we bring it to the others?
Yeah, I think we should probably open this together. It's addressed to all of us, after all.
Okay.
Are you
Bring it-
sure, or would you rather not?
I'd rather not, but I guess that is also us. So, I mean, there's no harm in, I guess, seeing what they want. Although I think I know what they want, but
Okay. We head across the hall.
Okay. You head across the hall. Your comrades are getting situated for the evening, and you hear a knock on the door. How do you respond?
Who is it?
hi, we got a letter that looks like it's from the Turo government. I
We
think
just got
it's
a
addressed to all of
letter.
us.
Felix will open the door. Come on
Yeah,
in.
yeah, probably something we want to all be there for to read.
Okay. Yeah.
This probably has to do with our. I forgot about this, but our interaction with the. What were they called? The
Shade Watch.
Shade Watch. Yeah, that guy's on trial, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, depending on when that trial is, we might not be able to make it.
Yeah.
More
Does
pressing
that matter
things.
to us?
Not really.
It seems to me like the Shade Watch have a lot of internal problems, but so do the Luminous, and I'm not really. I don't care strongly enough to pick sides in that whole feud. It seems futile to me.
Yeah. I mean, the Shade Watch did like kidnap a guy, which was wrong, but we also then got them arrested. So it's like it's kind of a wash.
What's your tattoo telling you?
Well, I control the tattoo, so
Oh, then never mind.
it tells me what I want it to tell me.
Confirmation bias.
It is kind of like my own internal checklist, I guess, of
How
I'm
you're
doing,
feeling.
how
Yeah.
I feel that I am doing in the grand scheme of things.
Gotcha. Let's open this baby up.
All right. You break the wax seal and take. No, I'm kidding. You open the letter.
It's anthrax.
Yeah, it's anthrax.
A
Good
white
thing I'm
powder
immune to
pop out.
poison.
Oh, that's great. It's anthrax. All right. You open the letter. It is from the official. Let me get his name for you. Hold on. Ooh, I believe it's in here. I'm gonna look his name up while you're discussing this, so give me a sec. But anyway, so it's from the official adjudicator of the Citadel, or the Hold, excuse me, the Answood Hold, and he has invited you to be key character witnesses or witnesses to
Oh lord.
basically for the prosecution to charge these criminals. Your reward will be 350 gold each and a promised dinner with the adjudicator himself. For
Ah,
being,
I know how this goes.
for being key witnesses and helping the Luminous in.
Dinner with political figures, count me out.
Yeah. I'll
I've
pass.
scarred you. I apologize, but yes, from what you can read, this is a legitimate offer.
I guess so was
Gotcha.
the last one.
Yeah, it's true.
We did tell them our names, didn't we?
Shit.
His name is
All
Cal.
right.
No, I'm kidding.
What's the date?
Sorry. The date of the trial is to start on Monday morning and
So tomorrow.
expected to end later that week. They hope by Wednesday.
Oh, pass.
I don't think we have the
they
time
gave
for
us.
that.
Yeah, we cannot swing that, even if we wanted to.
Well, if it was like show up for an hour and you're done kind of thing, great. But if they expect us to be here for 3 days, I don't think we have time for that, considering we delayed by like 3 days already, and I think we only had like a week of leeway between when we were supposed to be there.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do the best they can without us.
Yeah.
Okay. That is it. That's the letter.
Is there like a return address for a response?
No, it was more like show up if you're gonna show up, kinda.
All right. Well, I guess they'll get our answer when we don't show up on Monday morning.
Which is tomorrow.
Right. That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the only item of business. You all head to your chambers to sleep. If you would all be so kind as to
Can I
deafen
roll for my book.
before we get to that, if you could all deafen except for Tony.
Oh dear.
Definitely.
Cool.
Hold on. Where is that?
Should be bottom center. The headphones.
Well, I used the pop out and like overlay it on top of TTS, so I have to right click my face. I found it.
Okay, cool. All right, Felix. You head to your bed and go to lay down. Upon removing the covers, you see a letter that has been addressed to you by name, Felix Fizzlebank. Do you choose to open the letter?
Yeah.
Okay. It has 3 things on it. It has a location, the glowing gardens near the statue of Arathis. That's the location. It has
Okay.
a time. It says this evening, just past midnight. And it has a code word, which is Kona Dusklight.
Oh fuck. All right. Well, I guess I know where I'll be at. What was it? 12:30.
Yep.
All right.
I'll message in the chat. All right.
Okay.
Guess we'll wait. We should tag everyone. Okay.
Back.
We back.
Back.
You wanted to roll for your book, Jara, correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna spend the evening winding down. I'm gonna continue trudging through the volume 1 of the Shikumu culture.
Sure. Tharathari, you also have a book. Did you want to look at that or no? Tell him.
Yeah, Thor will open it
Okay.
and begin reading, I suppose. But
Sure.
What do I need to roll here?
Intelligence for you. And then Tharathari, you don't have to roll anything per se at the moment.
Oh,
All right, this is one of the better rolls I've had recently. A 12.
Okay.
hey.
All right, looking through the Shikumo book, last you left off, you were discussing, or the author was discussing in rather intricate detail, the physiological differences between the native-born men of Shikumo and traditional
Yeah,
foreigners.
Did some experiments on mice.
Through his experimentation, he realized that it is not the water
Oh.
that is the source of this strange magical property. And instead, he believes it to be in the blood passed down between parents. And he confirms this through some soft evidence, nothing empirical, anecdotal, that the Shikumo's culture is very, very, very against foreign reproduction and marriage. You cannot, if you are caught in relations with a foreigner, a non-native Shikuman, you are pretty much exiled. That is all you find with the 12.
All right. Slowly piecing this together, more and more.
I will also say you're heading towards the back end of the book, and you can tell that the thoughts of this person are slowly becoming more, a little bit more worrying and less cohesive.
Well, good thing there's a volume 2.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna start sitting down to learn more about this scale mail and this sword.
Sure. You can attune to it if you'd like to spend a short rest before your long rest.
Sure, yeah, I think let me double check something about Warforged because yeah, so what's gonna happen is it's going to take 2 hours for this entire process to happen. So actually what Iris probably is going to do is she's just going to set up her lab inside the room. I'll be right back. And she's just gonna go in and start working on the things she needs to do. So this would be about the hours process to deintegrate the plate armor,
Yep.
and then reintegrate the and attune to the dragon mail.
Okay. So, the dragon mail, now that you're wearing it, integrated. The dragon scale was red. If you'd like to describe how that integrates into your exoskeleton, that would be pretty cool, I think.
Sure. So the first thing that happens, and Iris has the lab door open, so it's not like Felix can't hear what's going on. But at maybe about an hour through the evening, you just hear a loud collection of clangs as multiple pieces of plate armor start essentially growing out of Iris's physical form and falling to the ground. I don't know if Felix cares to investigate further on that, but it's just at some point once that's all done, Iris will then take the dragon scale mail and start attempting to integrate that into herself. And then over the course of the hour, her physicality will change so that her physical form looks kind of scaly. It's
That's
very much integrating into her own body, the actual armor pieces itself.
Yeah, Felix's sense of curiosity will get the better of him. He'll definitely observe as all of this is going on.
Okay. Yeah, what you'd notice is that the plate armor that's falling off doesn't look like it belongs to this time period.
Cool.
So a lot of strange symbols and insignias that are things that Iris doesn't even understand. But eventually, once she integrates the scale armor, you'd see that her physical form would be a bit more Dragonborn-y as far as the body is concerned. Head-wise, it's still relatively humanoid. But after she's squared that away, you'll notice she just starts to push and scoop all of the old armor into one of the chests in the lab proper. And then she's going to spend some time drawing out a bunch of different schematics for a whole bunch of things she's been trying to work on.
As you observe Iris in her element, for someone who so effortlessly sticks out in every situation you've witnessed her in, for a brief moment when watching her work on herself and these schematics, you see Iris in a place where she feels comfortable and ultimately looks like she belongs. As though this is picking up where she left off, God knows how many years ago. It's quite a sight.
Iris, this was incredible. You are. I had no idea how creative you were. The integration and everything is flawless.
Thank you. I don't really know how it happens. It just happens.
That's incredible. You're gifted.
Thank you.
Iris, I actually had a question.
Okay.
I was wondering if, just for tonight, you could hold on to this. It's sort of stressing me out, having it, and I'll take it back in the morning. But if I could just leave this with you, and I'll take out the stone of the rod of law, the conjuration stone.
Yep.
Okay.
Could I put this in your chest cavity for safekeeping?
Sure, I can hold
Just
on
for
to
the
it.
night. Thanks. And hey, if you didn't learn anything about this, I've been trying to study it, but it just eludes me.
Sure, I'll see what I can do.
Thank
Iris
you.
will put it like on the table where she's working and like glance between like blueprints and then back to the stone and like a bunch of different sketches.
Okay. What is everyone else doing, if anything?
Oh, good. Yeah. Therathar would like to, if not tonight, then in the morning, prepare spells.
Yeah, you could do that. That's kind of implicit in your long rest. You can choose to flavor that in the evening or in the morning when you wake. Whatever you want.
Okay.
All
I'll
right.
do it now because things are mellow and there's some time left in the evening.
Perfect. Okay. Iris, you work on your schematics, making a first pass here at some key upgrades you're looking forward to integrating into your suit. The scale mail oddly feels extremely well fitted, and you know you're a master craftsman when it comes to this. However, the scale mail itself almost seems to, like you mentioned, adapt and form to your physical, like, form, really. And the feeling is both rewarding and, I don't know, you kind of feel comfortable in some weird way.
Okay. I'll say maybe about an hour or two into the schematics of her drawing, she'll probably start to wonder what she's going to do with the old armor since it's been sitting there for a while and it's not something that she can just put into the bag of holding. Just trying to put a chest plate into her cavity is probably
Chest.
not going to work.
Yeah.
I think she's going to stay up for the good part of the evening, as a quick little spark of inspiration will strike her, and she's going to work on a fun little project.
Okay. Are you willing to take a point of exhaustion here?
Oh yeah, she
All
is. She's going to be hit with a wave of oh fuck, I can do things, and just work through the night.
Oh god.
Respect.
Okay. And work you shall. I'll have you make rolls. Felix, is there something that you would like to do?
Yeah. So Iris, where are you working?
So Iris put her lab in the room.
Okay.
So like it's right at the foot of the bed that's there. It's just the open stone laboratory.
All right. Yeah. Felix will around midnight see that Iris is still up, peek in. She's hard at work. And he will. Is there a window in our room?
I think we had the weird magical windows
You
that
have the
like
magic
show off
window.
the building outside.
You
proper.
had the inside.
All right. He'll stuff his pillows under the sheets to make it look like he's, fast asleep, all curled up, and he will slip out the front door of the apartment, or of the not of the of the room.
Make a stealth check against
into the night.
Iris's passive perception, which I believe is a 14.
14, yeah.
And I have a new nifty cloak of elven kind that's gonna help me out here.
Ooh.
Ooh, ah.
Nat 20, baby.
Yeah,
Yep.
you.
She's too far engrossed in her work to even notice.
Not even a gust of wind can be heard. You exit the front door with extreme purpose and stealth. You can still hear, despite the evening, and it's Sunday, despite the time, you can still hear some late, faint music from the dining room, and some laughter and noise. It seems to be dying down for the most part, but still some not late bloomers, Jesus. Still some late people, having fun on a Sunday.
All right. So as I'm walking, I'll put my hood up and cast disguise self.
Mm-hmm. What form are you taking?
I think I will take the form of Clyde, if that's possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Not Clyde from,
Clyde from the bar.
okay, not Clyde LaCroix from the.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, Clyde from the bar. Got it.
Oh, 2 Clydes in this campaign. Yeah, wow. Didn't realize that. Is it Clyde? It's Clyde, right?
Yeah, it's Clyde.
Okay. And I will drink a potion of flight that I have,
Sure.
Shit.
and I'll walk here. Can I draw?
Absolutely.
I'll take sort of like this path and fly up to this roof, perch myself there, and look at the square.
Okay.
Oh no, that's not. Oh wait, that's the wrong square, isn't it?
That would be, yes. That is not the glowing gardens.
Never mind. This is the glowing gardens, right? Yes. Okay, gotcha. Oh fuck. All right. Well then, I guess I'll do the same thing, but I'll fly up into a tree.
All right, so just mark the tree you're going to stay at.
Uh,
You're leaving at 12 midnight, you said, so you're going to be...
yeah, giving myself half an hour. I'll perch up in this tree.
Sure. Make a stealth check just outside of the Hearthflame Inn as you kind of walk and fly up.
Oh my god. I rolled a 2 and a 1.
Oof.
All right,
At least it's not the one.
It's an 8. Yeah, at least I had advantage, right? And at least it's just the stealth check for walking out.
Okay. You land in the tree, and in doing so, disturb a nest you didn't see, and there is a bird that flies out of fright and caws at you. Nothing seems to happen in response that you can see. All right, and you're looking at... So the glowing gardens are called the glowing gardens because the flower petals that grow there, some of them on specific plants, glow very faintly. And during certain times of the year, especially when the leaves start to fall, they can be seen slowly floating down in the evenings, and it's beautiful. It looks like a starry landscape in a garden. The way it's organized is there's beautiful shrubbery hedges that sort of carve out the glowing gardens from the rest of the street. The grass in that fills the space is luscious. It's green, very well kept. You notice that it seems to be at least freshly watered, perhaps are magically, because you don't see any sources really. And the trees are a mix. It's a mixed bag. Beautiful pink trees. You see spruce, oak, all kinds of trees kind of lining here. It's just a very well kept, beautiful garden with probably lots of life within it. And at the very center is a statue of Arathis, another one, this time depicted in one of her other forms, which is on horseback. And this beautiful goddess woman is depicted on horseback. There's scales that you can be seen, like she's holding her hands out as though it's a scale. There's also scales painted on her armor, balance, law, order, etc. And then you also see fixed to her back is a large hammer, a war hammer. And around it are torches and just beautifully set. And you're choosing to look down from this tree, so make me a perception check.
Okay. Ooh, very good. 16.
All
That's
right,
good for Felix.
16. Perched up here, dressed and disguised as Clyde, you observe below. Occasionally, in your half hour of observation, you see couples walk in, random people kind of walk through, cutting through. No one's really stopping to take in the gardens at this hour, and those who are walking seem to be walking at a hurried pace. There is an individual that enters the garden from this side, and they start walking around, and they kind of come through here and stop and sit on a bench. Hopefully you can see my drawing.
Again, yeah.
This individual is dressed in a dark blue cloak. Their hood is not drawn. They have hair that comes to about shoulder length, brown hair. They seem to be human and carry with them no visible weapons.
But other than that, I don't recognize them at all.
Definitely not.
All right. How far from them am I?
I'd say probably 180, 200 feet.
All right. I'm going to use my cloak and hope that they aren't looking up to shift to... There aren't many people out, right? It's like midnight.
No, yeah. There's
On a
guard
Sunday
and
night.
very few people cut through the gardens, but nobody stops. And yeah.
All right. I will shift over to this tree.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Fantastic. 25.
Nice.
Using the night as cover and your dark cloak to blend in, you float your way over. How long is the flight?
An hour.
Yeah. So you got about a half hour left, and you float over to the next tree.
And I'd like to take one of my rocks out of my pocket.
Okay.
Whisper into it, "Who are you? And what do you want?" In my voice, so that they know it's me. And I'll throw the pebble down from the tree, sort of like up at first, so as to disguise like where it's coming from. Like I want it to come almost
wanna arc
straight
it.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a just make a dexterity check.
Okay. 6.
It's less of a graceful arc and more of a quasi line drive. You throw it and it scatters on the ground in front, but lands at the feet or near the feet of this individual. There is a strange look as this person scans the area above, kind of tracing back where this stone came from. He kind of gives another glance and leans forward to pick up the stone.
And as soon as he picks it up, the message will play.
Can he respond?
Nope.
Okay.
He can yell if he wants to.
He looks at the stone, scanning around again. Places the stone in his pocket and sits on the bench.
Yeah, I'll call his bluff for like maybe 10 minutes.
He pulls back his cloak and he looks at his wrist. Kind of gives a glance over and looks like he's about to leave.
I'll wait for him to stand up and make like he's leaving. At this point, are there many people in the gardens?
The gardens are completely empty at this point.
Okay, great. Perfect.
He gets to stand. He stands and he's right here when he does.
Okay.
And he
Which
turns,
direction does he walk?
He's turning to walk this way.
Okay. As he passes the tree, I will gracefully float down behind him.
Okay.
And place my gun
Make a
on
final
the back
attack
of his
check.
head. 23.
The gun.
Does not see you.
Give me all your money.
Answer the question.
Please, I mean no harm. I come on behalf of someone. A mutual friend. A message. That is all. Hilda.
Hilda.
Emberheart.
All right, I'll lower the gun and holster it. Turn around.
His hands are still up. Please, you're not the man I was told. What is your...
Either way, I got your message.
I must insist. I cannot give this to somebody I don't...
All right, and I'll break the disguise.
May I lower my hands?
Yeah.
If you please walk with me. And he'll walk towards the bench again.
Okay. I'll hesitantly follow him, but I'll keeping my distance and staying behind him.
I come with a message. My name is Christos. Risthos.
You came a long way, Risthos.
I did, which is why it is important my message gets to its destination. I've traveled quite a distance against the many odds to get to you, but I am a man of my word. I'm sorry to invite you out here like this, using the name of someone we know to get you, but this was what I was instructed to do. Hope we are getting off on a better foot.
Indeed. What's this message that you have to relay? And what's your connection with Hilda?
I'll start with the first question. A mutual group we both know. They call them Carthom, Tiramis, Gidra Oasis. I think you know the group I'm referring to. Yes?
Yep.
They are starting to draw conclusions. Figuring things out, placing things together. And they went to the Citadel. And they laid the rosary on your name. Well, this is background. What this means, the Citadel, which is also known as the Dark Citadel, is a place where very elite people in society have access to, and it is essentially a place where you place a rosary, which is literally a rosary, on the name of somebody you wish to see assassinated. The Dark Citadel is commonly used as a source of these shadow stalkers that came for you.
I see.
Jar was right.
I think you know the result of this. Yes.
Yeah.
Your family has been put into protective custody. A right called Hameya. You know what Hameya is. It's essentially under the direct order from one of the members of Fortune's favor, the highest you can get. Hameya is essentially protective custody. You are in the dead of night at a random date, basically moved out of Karth into an unknown location. The only people that know that location are the people being moved and the individual that ordered it. Now, two things strike you immediately when this is said. One is, how in the world does your family know anyone powerful enough to even get them Hameya? That's the first thing. And this, my cat is on the desk. Come here. Killing the moment, bro.
Just want to say, Jar.
And the second thing is, have they tried to come after your family? Is everyone okay? That's the second question. But anyway, he'll continue as you're mulling this over. I don't know where they have been moved to, as I'm sure you understand. But Hilda, she somehow knew. And she knows who's after you. And why? Now, I don't know why. Don't want to know. But she sent me in person to tell you this.
And you said that Hilda knows where my family is?
I don't know if she knows exactly. She did not tell me that information could be extorted from me and forfeit. But she, I think, was instrumental in getting them Hameya.
Wow.
I tell
All
you
right.
this to warn you. The rosary is serious. They will not stop. It will get worse. Your friends,
Understood.
anyone you've ever loved or called kin, is at jeopardy.
How does one stop the rosary at the Citadel? Do I have to physically remove it?
Until the rosary, the deed that has been spoken, has been completed, or the person speaking it calls it off.
I see.
She also wanted me to give you this. And he'll look, glance around, making sure no one's near, and remove from his cloak a small amulet. She told me, you are choosing the worst moment to be mischievous.
A one-handed.
The one-handed scoop?
Oh yeah, he wants to be part of it. Anyway, and he'll hand you the amulet, and he'll say, "This is supposed to help you know when they're close." I'm not sure what beyond that, but here, and he'll like discreetly hand it to you. You were wise to not. You were wise not to trust me, but I promise, on behalf of our mutual friends, I come in peace to help.
I appreciate all of this information. Have you been compensated for all of this travel and effort?
This is a debt I had to pay. It has been paid. Nothing more.
Will you accept anything from me?
I feel that it's inappropriate with news like this to get any compensation. Be careful. And you can repay me by making sure what you've done, whatever it is, you don't let it consume you. And you don't let these people win.
I'll try my best. I appreciate the warning. And I wish you safe travels back. You've done more than enough to pay whatever debt you owe.
Good luck. Flip his
You
hood
too,
up
my friend.
and he'll leave. You are alone in the dead of night in the glowing gardens.
The amulet glows.
Um,
God.
yeah, I guess I gotta figure out this amulet. um, all right, I'm heading back. I'll I'll just walk back
Sure.
and think things over.
Okay. You make it back to your bed. A restless night takes you as thoughts and worries in your mind consume you. For those of you that actually rested, you can take a full rest. Iris, you will take a point of exhaustion. However,
Awesome.
while
How do I set that up? Also, by the way.
It's a good question. Let's see. How to add exhaustion. Click on conditions. It should be under your HP box.
HP box conditions. Add active conditions. Exhaustion 1. Okay. Awesome. Sweet.
You're very excited to have received a point of exhaustion. I appreciate that.
Hey, I do it for the RP.
I like. And by the way, in that time, you were tinkering, were you not?
Yes. For
So
like the whole night.
yeah, so I will let you choose your own adventure here. You can choose
boy.
to work on one thing for the entire night, lowering the DC significantly. You can choose to chunk it up to 2 things, moderate difficulty DC, or you can
Okay.
choose to spread your time across more than 2 things, which would be the hardest DC.
Okay. I think her current focus is trying to work on the plate armor.
So you want to spend the entire evening on the plate armor.
Yeah, we're gonna turn that into something more functional.
Okay. So I believe there's a tinkering check that can be made. And the way I do it with Felix is I take his modifier that like how charisma is sorcerers, whatever your main stat is.
Modifier is. Okay.
Yeah, you can add that to your, if you have tinker tools, you can add it to the proficiency there too.
Yep. Okay. So does the exhaustion apply before or after this check?
This will be the result. The result of this check will be the exhaustion, so it will not apply until you've checked.
Okay, so we'll just do regular roll, and it
Correct.
will be. Okay. So with the tinkering tools, that will be a 17.
Okay, the DC was 15.
Okay.
All right. So what was your intended goal with the extra armor?
We're gonna make the steel defender.
Okay. Let me. Okay, I would say if you spend another hour or 2 on this and roll well, you can nail it out.
Okay, let's try the next set of hours on this. That's a 21.
Yeah. Going back to your roots, and something takes hold of you as you're tinkering in the evening, late in the morning, actually. And you are able to piece together your steel defender. If you'd like to describe it, you can.
Sure. Yeah. So what will, as Iris sort of steps back from her tinkering table, and I get Hades off of my computer table. Sorry, Bubby. Back in a bit.
Cat aggro.
Cat aggro. She'll step back to reveal what looks like a set of ancient plate armor. Still very humanoid in size, and in fact, it's very similar to her own humanoid size, which I believe she's like kind of short. She's like 5'4" ish, if I remember correctly. But it is pared down plate armor with I guess it would look kind of just like her, except with a plate helmet on. If you could imagine 5'4" mechanical doll Iris in like warrior plate armor, it's a simulacrum of herself. I think in the time it takes for her to build on this and what little she knew of the party from the stories that Q had told her, she's probably modeling this after making an echo of herself a la Tenley. So it's basically a twin, except more armored now.
So, didn't you already have kind of absurd armor class?
I'm actually losing armor class for this.
All right. Color me surprised.
Yeah.
Okay. Your night has been well spent tinkering around, and you have a steel defender to show for it, as well as a point of exhaustion. Exhaustion for you, I would say, works in a different way than a standard humanoid. The effects are the same, but physiologically speaking, I think you're a little bit slower to like process things and perhaps mechanically just slightly slower.
It's like what happens when you leave a computer on too long.
Yeah, you kind of need to restart the OS. You know, you got some
Some
dead
lag.
memory, some
We
dead
got some
memory,
memory
RAM.
leaks going on.
Yeah, a couple infinite loops. You'll be all right. Just need a little bit of rest. But nevertheless, you all awake to a another D8 on the weather table.
I think Tony rolls this one.
Tony, did you
Yeah.
attune to your keen mind, by the way?
So actually, no. This is another weird thing that I need to do. Or well, I'm not going to ask for this because this is a little bit excessive. But technically, we need Alexa to deliver the
Correct.
scroll, right? So I need to wait another day.
Okay, sure.
Oh, I will attune to the thing Tony gave me though.
Yep.
Whenever you get the chance to add it to me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I'll attune to the breastplate and the sword.
That's a combo, but yeah.
I'm gonna attune to of the ring I was given to.
Okay, so I will make sure to add it to both of you.
Yeah.
There,
I took off my focus.
Sure. Okay.
I
I
can
will add
still
those.
roll though.
Yeah, go ahead.
I forgot to. I always forget to use my focus, so I was like, I'll just get rid of it.
6.
All right. All right. Despite yesterday's immaculate day, once a season kind of day, today seems to be average. Cloudy a little bit. It's early in the morning when you wake up, having gone to bed fairly early. Some of you, at least, or not at all. The others. We'll say it's 8 in the morning, 8:30. It's an okay day. Nothing to write home about. No extreme weather. Fairly chilly. Low 60s. Slight wind. But the day is yours. It is now Monday.
Jared, is that other amulet attunement?
No, it's not. It's not an amulet. It is an amulet. Excuse me. Yeah, it's not attunement.
But it'll take up like my amulet slot.
If you choose to wear it, yeah, it would.
Does it work if I don't wear it?
We'll find out.
Hmm.
Jara, you notice the slip, the return or the receipt slip has been updated, and the package is in transit.
Nice.
Okay, day is yours.
I guess we meet over breakfast.
Sure.
Yeah, Felix, you'd be the first one to see that Iris steps out of the lab, and then there is a second armored Iris that steps out of the lab, and she just turns around, packs the lab up, and puts it back in her chest cavity.
Wait, there are 2 irises now?
Yeah. Yeah, that's something that'll be fun to talk about.
Excuse Iris, care to explain?
Oh, hi. What time is it?
It's morning.
Oh. Oops. Oh, right. And Iris will grab the gem of conjuration and hand it back. This is yours. I forgot to do anything with it.
That's fine. You've clearly conjured something up here.
Oh,
Hey.
yeah. And she'll gesture to the steel defender. This is Oro. How do I explain? So, you know, when I discarded the old armor, I turned it into a simulacrum of sorts.
Interesting. That is incredible. So, is it? So you're you.
Yes.
You haven't split your consciousness or anything like that.
No. It is
This
its own
just-
entity.
Okay.
Oro, say hello. And the animated armor will just sort of wave a hand, and I'm still working on that.
How's your hand? Is your hand still fleshy?
Oh, I
Did
should
you
check.
grow any more?
Yeah. How much of my physicality is exoskeleton and how much is flesh?
Roll a d20.
Oh Jesus! Straight D20.
Yep.
That is cocked. That's a 2.
I just had you roll for fun. It hasn't grown.
Okay. Nope. Still just a hand.
All right. Well, I guess it's good that it's the same. That's awesome. So Oro, you said, or Oros?
Oro.
Oro.
Like the word Ouroboros, except without the Boros.
Understood. Well, pleasure to meet you, Oro. And I can't wait for the rest of the party to meet you. Did you get any sleep last night, Iris?
I forgot.
All right. Well, we'll just have to be careful today, I guess. That's fine with me.
Okay. Well, let's start the day, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, you
All
meet
right,
your.
and Iris will depart from the room.
As if Iris couldn't have gotten any weirder. She now is half dragonborn and has a steel defender following. Puzzled, Felix, you leave with Iris to the lobby to meet your friends.
Yep.
Well, Therathoria, I for one am glad that we just had a kind of a low-key night last night. I'm looking forward to this breakfast. We'll get some answers, get back out. Holy Iris, what the hell happened?
Hi. This is Oro.
Why are there two of you, and why do you have scales? What did you do last night? I thought we were supposed to have a low-key night.
Sure. So Thardax's armor, I decided to integrate into my physical form. And so as a result, the rest of my body is a little more metallically scaly. Secondarily, the other suit of armor that I had, for whatever reason, I couldn't seem to make fit comfortably, so I turned it into a simulacrum.
A simul what now?
It's a second physical body. I'm using it for testing. This is Oro, and Oro will just
What are Oro's capabilities?
So far I have modeled Oro after myself. So she is a physical combatant. I have styled her after initial protection, so she can take some damage and deal some damage.
Is she like another sentient being or something you control?
More controlled.
Logistically, how does this work now? Do we have to like buy her a horse or?
I didn't think of that.
Well, I think we need to figure that out. I think we're planning on leaving today.
Yeah.
I didn't think that one through.
She's a
I'm
maker.
sure we'll figure it out.
Make first, ask questions later.
It's a little bit of a ask for forgiveness, not permission kind of thing, huh, Iris?
Right.
I think she'll be worth it.
Well, no doubt. I mean, if she's half as capable as you, she'll definitely be a great addition to the team. I don't know. I guess new dynamic now.
Yeah. Does she talk?
Not yet. I focused on the bare minimum, so understanding commands and executing. She'll probably learn how to talk once I spend more time on that.
Wow. I only asked as a joke, not realizing that was even a possibility. But
It might be. I haven't looked into it.
Okay.
Does she have like stamina or like?
Just a level of base constitution. She's equipped with self-repairing capabilities, and I can repair her as necessary.
All right. Well, can she ride a horse? I guess that's another question.
I think so.
Is she a
Should we
horse
get a
girl?
horse, or do we want like a wagon?
If we, well, yeah, I guess we're not using the carpet, right?
I think it's probably best to not show off the fact that we have it. Definitely something that we can pull out in case of emergencies. But now, how much does Oros weigh, Iris?
65 pounds. She is the result of
All right, so
extended
she's like
armor.
just kind of like a shell, then.
Yes.
Right.
She is an animated shell of armor.
All right, well, at least that doesn't overburden us when we're on the magic carpet to
Yeah.
more than its weight.
Will we all fit on the carpet now?
That is another question that we will have to work out
I
at a later
can
time.
sit in someone's lap. That's fine with me. But yeah, I don't think that's going to be our primary mode of transportation, anyways. So, personally, I would not mind getting a cart. It would allow you to do some reading while we traveled. Um, Iris and I could maybe tinker around with some stuff.
It does slow us down, though.
It does slow us down. Yeah,
And
that's the only
limits
downside.
your terrain. I
Yeah.
will also add, just so that we are all on the same page. One sec.
Does Oros need to breathe?
No.
Can we like shove Oros in you, Iris, or would that be a little too weird?
I don't think Oro fits.
That is unfortunate.
Just so that we're all aware. So you're obviously in Answood. Your
Yeah.
next trek is through the spires,
Yeah.
which is not very cart friendly. Can be very hard.
Yeah, then I
Something
guess
to-
Oro should get a horse, as long as Oro can ride a horse.
I'm sure she will manage.
And maybe it could help us out.
All right. Well, I guess we should pick up a horse and then go see Merle, and then see where the day takes us from there.
Yep. Before we leave, so this will be the last time, like, at least from what we understand now, things might change, but this is going to be the last time that we're at the Hearthflame Inn, right?
Yeah, for now.
So Felix, oh no, he wouldn't be in. Clyde is not there, right? He would be.
You can check.
sleeping. Yeah, I'll check the bar.
Clyde is unfortunately not there. He works the night shift, so he's probably in bed sleeping. There are people working, though, if you'd like to leave a message with him.
Excuse me, I'll go to the front desk. Does Clyde stay in the inn, or does he live elsewhere?
No. He lives over by the Temple of Reverie. He lives in one of the neighborhoods over there. He doesn't stay in the Hearthflame, no. He's got a wife and kids.
If I gave you a note for him, would you be able to give that to him when he comes in?
Yeah,
today?
he'll be in here later this evening. I can leave anything for you, whatever you need.
All right, fantastic. I may be back with a note then. I just have to prepare some things.
I'll be here all day, so whatever you need.
All right, thank you.
Of course.
That is all. Let's.
What are you doing?
I guess we get a horse and then go to Merle.
You just want a horse or get a cart? Or a buggy?
I think horse.
Just a horse.
If Oros can ride a horse.
So, are you going to Gemetti?
Yeah, I guess I would know
Yeah.
anyone else to do.
Okay. Good morning, my friends. Beautiful morning. What can I help you with today? You looking to leave? You want me to get the horses ready, or what?
Yeah, we're gonna be leaving probably this afternoon. So have the horses ready on standby. We actually are gonna have an additional member joining us, and we need to procure another horse. Do you know where we could do that?
We sometimes sell horses here, but if you want to go and find more selection, Merlin's Ranch, just outside the walls, they will have a steeper selection. But we
Well,
can.
I mean, if you got something here, that would be convenient. Save
Are
us
you
the trip.
looking for a stallion, or are you looking for a standard travel horse?
A standard travel. We all have standard travel horse, right?
Yeah.
Just a standard horse. Yeah, that's nothing too fancy.
What are you looking to spend? We have various ages and constitutions, so they range in price.
We would probably need something that's pretty hardy. We gotta trek through the Spire and go
I
further
see.
south.
Like you've been very nice to me and very understanding and helping me out. So I will be frank with you. I don't think we have the stock in the Heartflame Inn to make the trip to the Spire, well, plausible. So I recommend taking a trip to Merton's Ranch. And if you tell them Jamedi sent you, I used to work there. I used to be the stable hand. Maybe they can give you a discount of some sort.
I appreciate your honesty and your recommendation. I guess we'll have to head over there later.
I apologize for the inconvenience, but I cannot in good conscience send you with one of our stock for such a treacherous task.
Yeah, that's no problem.
But I'm sorry to hear that you'll be leaving. I will make sure your horses are in tip-top shape.
Appreciate that, like always.
And he'll bow and tend to the horses, order people around. Shadespire it is.
All right. Well, I guess we gotta go to Merlin's ranch later to get or roast a horse. But let's talk to Meryl first. I think. Is that fine with you all?
I think that works.
Okay. You head to the Shadespire. Following the familiar path you've walked now twice into the heart of the old church and the base of the spire, knowing full well the strange incantations that await you, including the wall of forest guarding this. The door that has been familiar to you all opens out of nothing, and out steps the butler, who greets you. Good morning. The lady awaits you. You do have business, yes?
Yeah, we got some business.
Right, follow me. And he'll lead you into the waiting room, which you are not waiting in, and directly up the spiral staircase, and a door appears at the very top, after which it is opened. He will step to the side as the door swings open and lean in, and he'll say to you, do be mindful. The lady is a bit grumpy today.
I appreciate your warning.
He'll bow, and after the last one of you enters, he'll say, your guests have arrived, madam. And he'll bow and leave. Door shuts. You are left alone in a cluttered room with a disheveled-looking Merrill. You can see broken glass on the floor in the room as you crunch. You hear it crunch under your boots as you step in. You can see books are kind of thrown about, some ripped, some like, in disheveled, really. And you can see the back wall where there was a window, which is strange because there are no windows on the outer wall. However, there is a window that overlooks the center of town. The window seems to be broken, those like smashed. It's a circular window with like various panes, and most of them have been smashed. And you can feel the gust of wind kind of blowing through, a gentle chill in this room due to the weather coming inside. You can see her servant, which is a small rat at this point, is kind of scurrying about, trying to piece things together, if you will, like sweep, for lack of a better word. By all accounts, this area is a mess, and even more than it usually is. Meryl hasn't even looked at you guys. You can hear her murmuring, fucking... And she's like scooping things off of the ground behind her desk and putting them onto her desk.
Do you need help with that?
No, I just... These... It's been a morning.
Yeah, is, everything all right? Looks like quite a bit of commotion has been here as of late.
It's been a whirlwind. I've had a breach. As you can see... And she like leans forward with her cane. Set me back months. I should have been more careful.
What was breached?
Someone broke in?
Forgive me. I don't feel so good. She'll sit back in her chair. You can see like she's sweat, like her face is damp from perspiration. The chill kind of sweeps in, blowing pages out onto the floor. She just kind of sits back and closes her eyes and opens them. Oh dear, excuse me. Welcome. I didn't expect you so early in the morning. Hope your travels were good. Did you fetch my scroll?
Yeah, we'll get to that, but did someone break in here?
Oh no, I think we just suffered a little bit of weather. It was a rough storm the other day.
But you said you had a breach. What did you mean by that?
I don't recall saying that. I apologize.
I want to insight that.
Yeah, me too.
Did Meryl just like reboot? Bruh.
I'm like, huh?
I got a 15.
I got a 12.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's.
Yeah, let's all.
Ah,
We're all sus. I got a 10.
19.
All right, let's go, Iris.
Iris.
Oh boy.
You are not one who's familiar with human emotion. However, somehow, did you roll with disadvantage, by the way?
Oh fuck. That's right.
Why do you roll with disadvantage?
Because I have
Because
exhaustion.
she's a robot.
Oh, right.
Exhaustion.
That
Fuck,
too.
yeah, that's right.
She's a robot. Wow.
With exhaustion, that's actually a 12. So
All right, so who had the highest?
Me, 15.
Okay, Jara.
that's important to note.
Jara, you've seen slimy people in your day, and a skeptical man as you are, your eyes are keen, your ears are sharp. Reverse that. And you recognize something strange in this woman, as though she's telling the truth. But there's something there that whatever you just witnessed is a part of Meryl, but not the one you're talking to.
All right. So you said just weather caused this.
Oh, a storm blew through and, well, knocked my stuff around.
All right. Well,
Well, Meryl, maybe if you organized your stuff better, this wouldn't happen.
Oh, I know where everything is.
there's nothing missing, right? The storm didn't blow anything away.
Her eyes tense as a grimace fills her face.
Activating her.
She
Trying
looks
to
around.
activate the sleeper agents.
What's the key phrase?
Blueberry pie.
She sits back in her chair. Her cane kind of goes limp to her side. She's leaning it on the arm of the chair. She looks and... I knew it. Should have been more careful. Oh no. It's ruined. Everything is ruined. And you can see as she scratches her head, hair starts falling out. Wisps of hair.
Is that normal?
What's ruined, Meryl? We're here to help.
Yeah, it'll be okay. We can fix this.
Back It's you. And she's pointing directly at Iris.
Oh.
You did this.
Hi.
I know it was you. And for a second, her eyes narrow in on Iris.
I'm gonna cast message on her.
Yeah, she's crazy.
Go ahead.
This bitch.
Are you okay?
It's you. She narrows in on Felix. I saw it. I know it was you. You did this. Why? Why did you? And then you hear the door swing open and the butler comes through.
Uh-oh.
Excuse.
Something's happening.
Please, if you will give us a moment. Please, I insist.
Okay.
I'll come get you when it's ready. Just go to the lobby. Please.
Iris is
Ready?
walking out. Is this normal?
Did he just say when it's ready?
Please, I have to calm the situation down. Please, I insist.
All right. Yeah, we'll wait.
He'll usher you out of the door. The door shuts.
Oh God.
All right, we are 100%. We can't leave this scroll with this woman, right? Like we're all in agreement
No.
right now.
I think that's
give
a
it to him.
terrible
Like
idea.
that's
Can
not
we burn it?
happening.
Should we just leave?
We tried burying it, shredding it, and
I-
burning it.
Well, I don't want to leave just yet. I want to ask her some more questions because maybe there's some information we can gain still. But
Yeah. Should I go with the scroll and do something with it?
no, I think we'll be okay for the time being.
Okay.
All right, what are you doing in this time?
Who?
You guys.
There's no door that.
You are-
It's like all magic, right?
You are, for all intents and purposes, locked in this room, or in the
Right,
the lobby.
but I mean, like, he didn't push us out, and there's a door.
No, the door is still there at the top of the steps.
Oh, can I try to like listen at the door?
Sure. Make a stealth check, and then perception.
All right, stealth check a 4, not great.
Okay.
Perception check, not much better, a 10.
Okay.
Their authority wants to investigate the room.
Oh, the lobby. You're in the
We're
lobby.
in the lobby.
Yeah, you were
Not in
pushed
Meryl's
out.
room? Okay.
Unless you want to stay on the stairs, but you were pushed out into where. So basically, this tower is
okay,
just
sorry.
one lobby and then a staircase that has doors that open magically.
Gotcha. Okay. Never mind then.
You lean in the door, and Jara, as you're leaning in, your head kind of hits the door. But before you make the noise with your head, as you're leaning in, you can hear whispers. You hear whispers of a spell being casted.
Do I understand the language or anything? about
You
the
speak
spell?
Infernal, right?
I do.
You understand it.
Oh,
This
Oh,
is a
fuck.
charm spell.
Oh, double fuck. All right, I bang my so that surprises me, and that's what causes me to bang my head
Yes.
in the door, and I fucking run back down the stairs. Like, oh, I don't run, but I like walk really fast, and I go, that thing is casting some charm spell in Infernal. I really am starting to like this a little bit less. Felix,
The thing being the butler.
well, yeah, if we can call it that, but whatever that is.
should we stop what's going on?
We just rested. Well, some of us just rested.
Yeah, if we want to try it, I'm completely down to bust through that door. Iris, you want to give that a go?
I'm a little tired, but I can try.
Or I don't know if anyone else. I'm not very strong, so I don't think, or I don't know if there's a dexterous way to do it, but
I can pick the lock. Is it locked?
I believe so.
Yeah, let me see if I can pick it.
Okay.
So
You step-
I'm assuming we run up the stairs. Jared,
Oh.
looking at the door.
Mhm.
Oh, does it look to be like magically locked or physically locked?
There is a place for a key underneath the hinge, or the handle. It's a circular knob, a round knob.
Is it? I'll turn the knob. Is it locked?
Nope.
Let's open the door.
You open the door. Roll me a d12.
Oh dear.
Me?
Yeah. You open the door.
11. Oh god, it's trapped.
The door swings open, and immediately, as it swings open, a gust of wind is felt. And almost, I need you to make a dexterity save, Felix.
Okay. Okay. I got an 8, but I'm attuned
Okay.
to my amulet. And is this just whenever, or does it have a number of charges?
Which amulet are you referring to?
Oh, it just uses my reaction. Oh my god, that is incredible. This is a fantastic item. I can just do this whenever as long as I have a reaction?
Yeah, I expect not to abuse it, but yeah.
Okay. Alright, yeah, I will use my reaction to re-roll my dex save.
Okay, go ahead.
It doesn't matter, it was a nat 1. So, 8.
Oof.
The nat 1 does not... Oh no, I have to take it.
You
No,
have
no,
to
I
take
do have
it.
to take it. Yeah, so it's a 4.
Aren't you
Okay.
a half? You're a no. Never mind.
No, he's a gnome.
Yep.
So,
I was about to
this
say halflings can't roll ones.
It's true. They can. They choose to. You're a cool ass. Anyway, this gust of wind blows out, bitter cold. You are immediately frozen. You're not like ice frozen. Your muscles are tensed, and you begin to fall forward. Instinctually, your friends grab you,
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna
you are.
use my telekinetic shove to pull him back 5 feet.
Yep. You are whisked back. You are looking into a windy, snowy expanse as the door has opened to some location. You can see white. It's almost like a whiteout blizzard. Wind is howling. It is not visible in even slightly.
Can I Arcana check these doors?
There's only one door. It's open.
Well, can I Arcana check the door to figure out?
I mean, what just happened? Oh, you want to figure out what kind of door it is?
Like, I'm assuming there's some sort of magic that is controlling where the location of the door opens up to.
Yeah, you don't need to roll to assume that.
Right, but I want to try to understand it to see if I know. anything
Sure,
about
it'll
it.
be a very high DC.
Yeah, well,
Go ahead. You'd like to.
probably not high enough, but I got 17.
No. It was 25.
Oof.
I wouldn't have even hit that with a nat 20.
This is a very strong magical enchantment. What do? You wish to close it? The wind is still coming through, blistering
Oh,
cold.
Iris is gonna go ahead and just close the door.
Sure. The door shuts.
Is this something we need to worry about, or is this outside of our realm of expertise?
I think it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Should we maybe tell the archive that something weird's happening with Meryl and
Give them
go
the
our own
scroll.
way? Maybe.
Well, I think we should probably get them the scroll, but do we have any way to get it to them?
Should we
do
leave
we?
before we discuss this? We're not going
Let's get out.
back,
I
right?
don't know if we can get out.
Iris is gonna try leaving.
There's no door where you enter. The only door is the door at the top of the steps.
Oh, I don't think we can leave. Should we just wait until
I think we
whatever
should-
happens happens?
I think we should maybe hunker down.
I'm not experienced with it really, but I could try to dispel magic on the gust.
It's worth a try, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
You doing it on the door?
Well, I think we should probably open it, right?
Iris will go ahead and open the door. Yeah.
Roll a d12.
Oh boy, it's gonna open up to something different.
What if we just open up the door a bunch?
7.
Okay.
Open the door until it gets us into the office, I guess.
Yeah, right?
It's that classic comedy bit.
The door swings open, and you witness a dark red expanse. No fire, no lava, dark red,
Blood.
with these distant, towering creatures that sit atop huge tentacles that are floating. These rounded creatures with these large tentacles floating in the air gently.
Iris
So
is going to
distant they look
close
small.
the door.
I don't know if
Make-
the door has to be open in order
I don't
for you
trust
to
that one.
dispel it, Thari.
I don't
I'm
know
gonna,
if any
I'm gonna
dispelling
open the
will
door
help.
again. Iris is now
D12.
starting. Iris is now starting to be drawn by Tinker's curiosity. What the
Oh my
fuck is
God.
going on? Number
This is
5.
all we can do. We can't really do anything but open the door, right?
All right. 5.
Iris is gonna keep opening and closing the door until someone tells her to stop.
You are in a dark tomb.
Oh.
Oh, not in. You can see into a darkened tomb. It's made of cobblestone, old looking. In the center is a sarcophagus that has been closed. And you hear the faint noise, the distant noise of clicking.
I'm closing the door.
I hate
Should
to
we
bring it
keep
up
doing this?
so soon, but I do have these coins, and one of them has a chariot on it. I believe it might have to do with travel or transportation.
Well, no, I think those coins should be like last
I-
minute.
That is likely a last resort.
Yeah.
All right,
If
all
we
right.
keep opening this door and nothing happens, then maybe. And Iris is gonna open the door again.
Of course.
As your hand extends to grab the knob and touch it, the door swings open from the other side, and you see the
Oh.
butler. The lady will
Hello.
see you now. She's calmed down. I've made her tea. If you wish to continue our meeting.
Can I insight the butler guy?
Sure.
19.
What are you trying to find out?
So the butler guy, I guess I don't know. Maybe it would have been more perception, but I kind of want to do both. Like what is the butler guy? Is he like a magical thing? Is it a physical being?
Okay, I'll give you a
Does he-
choice.
Does he
here.
seem malicious?
You can, I mean, those are questions that are kind of divergent in the fields they cover. So, typically, if you roll insight, you're trying to guess the nature of this person. It's not like physical in that, it's more like disposition and intent. So, would you like to recant your investigation into a perception, or what?
Were we given a description of this guy when we first met him?
Yes. He is an older human male with fairly nice dress clothes.
All right,
suit.
then you know what? Then I want to insight. I want to get his. I'm going to stick with the insight. I want his intent.
Okay. From what you gather, he literally went in there. Hold on. Okay. From what'd you get? 18.
19.
Okay.
Ooh, pretty good.
What you gather, he went in there and he did exactly what he just said. He's calmed her down and made her tea. His
Not
words were
typically a lie.
chosen very carefully. That is what you gather.
Hmm.
It's the only thing you gather from his insight.
And what about the infernal charm spell? Is that part of the calming down?
Are you saying that?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
He, what is the order? So I imagine Iris. No, who was the one touching the knob? Iris.
Iris.
Iris
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 was
was
fucking
the
with the door, yeah.
Iris was. Yeah. Iris and Aura were at the door.
Okay. And where is Jara in this?
Out of probably middle.
But
No,
are you?
back.
From the front.
Well, so it should be Iris and Felix are in the front because
Yeah.
Felix was the
Yeah, I
first,
tried
and
to
then
pick the
Iris
lock
did.
and stuff, yeah.
And
And then
Third was considering dispelling magic.
Yeah, so Jara would
he-
probably
he's
be in the
next.
back.
yeah.
Okay. What he will do is, okay. You watch as his human form
Oh, shit.
changes.
What did I do?
Out
What did
from
you do?
his suit jacket pops abruptly with gore and viscera, I think that's the word for it,
Blood and gore.
Blood and gore. A tentacle shoots out with an eye.
Oh.
And his back, another one with an eye. His mouth opens, his jaw unhinges. You hear a loud inhale screech as his head splits, tears into this huge toothy maw. Words of Matt Murphy.
Hey.
His body shifts. You hear bones crack. Things start to shift and dislocate and morph. And this entity is formed. As you see before you, a shifting, tentacle filled, big entity. It's made of, I guess a better description for it, maybe I can find a better picture for you, but it's like this amalgamation of flesh. If you've ever seen the movie The Thing, it is like that monster. For reference, I'll find a good picture.
Oh boy.
And I'm talking.
Thing pan, I guess.
Let me. If you just Google The Thing, you'll find it.
That's terrifying.
He will grab one of the tentacles, will extend and grab Iris and Oro. I need you both to make dexterity saving throws.
Uh-oh. All right. So for myself, saving throws should still be fine, but that is a...
Yeah, I think it's just ability check.
Yep,
right?
it's an 11 on my end. And oh god, that's a 7 for Oro.
I will use my reaction to let Iris re-roll hers.
Sure.
Hurry me up! It's going to be a 13 for Iris's dex save.
I believe I did put. I should have put a charge on that, Tony. I think I did. Maybe not that one.
It should have a charge. I didn't want to say it, but it should.
Yeah, it definitely should. We'll call it 4 charges or 3 charges.
Okay.
But because I didn't put it on there, you have used none. To be fair.
Okay. All right.
So I'll update that for next time. I thought I put charges, but
It is a legendary item, so I mean, I thought it was.
well,
I
it's
thought that was
only
hosed.
it only becomes legendary at tier 4, really.
Oh, okay.
Tier
Okay.
3 and 4.
There are tears on this bad boy.
Yeah. But anyway, so Iris, you re-rolled. What'd you get?
13.
Okay, that still fails. You are pulled in. As the voice begins to say, it morphs as it's speaking. Why
Didn't you just listen?
you are pulled in, Iris? The door shuts, and we will pick up next week.
Oh god, I've been at the door?
Wait, he shut the door. He went through the door?
The doorway.
Or did he shut the door behind him?
The door shut.
Oh,
As
sweet
Iris
mother
is
of
pulled
mercy.
through. We'll pick up next week.
All right. Well,
We don't even get a reaction to it?
We'll see. See what happens.
Oh, son of a bitch.
good night, y'all.
Good night. Good session.
Good session.
Good shit. Oh my lord.
The plot thickens. All right.
Well,
till next
well,
week.
y'all, I'll have my new backup character worked out by next session.
Get your backup to the backup ready.
Holy shit.
Okay.
All right. Peace.
All right, good work today, y'all.
Good,
Yeah.
Jared, you want to
Well,
stay
next
on for a
time.
second?
Sure.
All right, see you.
See ya.
See it.